أما بعد. طيب, we'll continue the book of the fiqh of worship. Okay, we started this book maybe 2 years back, صح? طيب, and shall we continue because يعني alhamdulillah we reached to page 139 and we spoke about the pillars, the conditions of salah. So now we'll talk about the end of the chapter, the pillars, the wajibat of the salah. And this book written, if you remember, by Ibn Qudama rahimahullah ta'ala. He said, وما عدا هذا فسنن لا تبطل الصلاة بعمدها ولا يجب السجود لسهوها. طيب, he mentioned the conditions of salah, the pillars of salah, the mandatory things in the salah. Then he said, apart from these, the rest are preferable acts. The prayer is not invalidated by intentionally leaving them out, and the prostration of forgetfulness is not mandatory in the case of forgetting them. طيب, يعني to understand this point, you should recall everything before. Because he did not mention what is sunnah. He said other than what we mentioned, sunnah. So you can go back to the book and it is there, PDF. I saw the book PDF. Today I checked and I found it, PDF. طيب. He said, ولا يجب السجود لسهوها. ولا يجب السجود لسهوها. طيب. And the prostration of forgetfulness is not mandatory in the case of forgetting them. As you know, there is something called sujood assahu. What is the meaning of sujood assahu? If you forget during the salah, okay, you omit something, you do sujood assahu. There is a point, if you miss one of the sunnah, okay, like what? For example, in the salah, you start your salah, Allahu Akbar. You recite Surah Al-Fatiha, then Surah, then you go for ruku'. Allahu Akbar. Okay, if you start your salah, Allahu Akbar, I did not raise my hand. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Okay, so raising the hands is one of the sunnah, one of the mustahabbat. So if you do not raise your hands, your salah is valid. But this is takbirat al-ihram. Okay, takbirat al-ihram is a verbal. Allahu Akbar. This is takbir. But doing like that, this is raf'ul yadayn, and this is mustahab, not wajib, and not pillar. It is not one of the pillars of salah. طيب. Suppose that you miss raising the hands, or after reciting the Fatiha, we recite another surah. For example, we recite سبح اسم ربك الأعلى هل أتاك حديث الغاشية قل هو الله أحد. Okay, if you did not recite another surah, just you recite al-Fatiha, then Allahu Akbar, you went for ruku'. Your salah valid or not? It is valid. The point is, should I do, if I forget reciting surah after al-Fatiha, should I do, or can I do sujood sahu, or sujood sahu only for the mandatory things? Some scholars said, if you miss something wajib, something compulsory, you do sujood sahu. But if something mustahab, you don't do. Shaykh Uthaymeen said, if you used to do something in the salah, then you forget, then we tell you to do sujood sahu. For example, every day when I pray, I raise my hand. Allahu Akbar. Then I start the salah. Allahu Akbar. Subhan Rabbi al-Azim. Sami Allahu liman hamida. Not today, you forgot to raise your hand. Okay, you are standing, then you start the salah. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Allahu Akbar. You go for ruku'. Sami Allah liman hamid. You forgot to raise the hands. Then Shaykh Uthaymeen said, you do sujood sahu. You do sujood sahu. Okay, but it is sunnah, it is not wajib. Why? He said, because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, hadith Sahih Muslim, if one of you forgets, let him prostrate twice. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not say, if one of you forgets wajib, if one of you forgets mustahab, if one of you forgets, khalas, wajib, mustahab, whatever. So he said, if you used to do it, then you forget, do sujood sahu. Okay? Every day when you pray, okay, for example, when you pray the sunnah, or our sisters, they pray at home, they pray dhuhr, for example, and they recite al-Fatiha. After reciting Fatiha, recite another surah. So today she forgot. We tell her, do sujood sahu. Okay, if the person always is reciting Fatiha only, he doesn't recite anything more than the Fatiha. Okay? So, we will not tell him do sujood sahu. Why? Because this is your habit. You do not forget anything. You do not forget to do anything. So, he said, Shaykh Uthaymeen rahimahullah, if you used to do something, then you forget, you do sujood sahu. But if it is not your habit, so no need for sujood sahu. And now he will talk about sujood sahu in details. The next chapter, chapter 6. Bab sajdatay sahu. 2 prostrations of forgetfulness. He said, types of forgetfulness. Forgetfulness is one of 3 types. Number 1, the first type, addition, to add. Number 2, omission. Number 3, doubt. Adding something, decreasing something, or doubting something. 3 types. Let's see the first one. Say the first type, addition. This involves the addition of an action that is similar to the actions of the prayer, such as adding an additional ruku' or pillar. The prayer is invalidated if that was done intentionally. Okay? So this is very important. You add something intentionally, the salah, what he said, invalidated. It is invalid. Why? Because you added something. Okay, dhuhr salah 4. You made the dhuhr salah 5. Okay, then the salah is not valid. The salah is not valid. Okay. How can we imagine this? Maybe it is not possible that a person says, Wallah, I want to pray al-Maghrib for rak'ah. But if someone, this can happen during the Hajj time. Okay? Why? Because during the Hajj we are travelers. And in the group, there are many jama'ah, صح? When we are in Mina, Muzdalifah, Arafah, or in the hotel, okay? How many times people pray? I mean, for example, Maghrib Salah, Isha Salah. There are many groups. Why? Because sometimes because of the place, there's no enough space for everyone. Because people don't join at the same time. You know, you are 10 buses. Okay? So now the first bus is here. So we pray. While praying, the second bus joins us. The third. So subhanAllah, you'll find people praying maybe 2 or 3 hours. They are praying. Jama'ah after Jama'ah. صح? صح? Okay? Or sometimes in the malls, if there is musalla, small musalla, you'll find many Jama'ah. Many Jama'ah. Sometimes because of the space, no place, no enough place. So you find people pray, 20 people, and outside maybe 40 people, more than the people inside. So let's take the example of Hajj. So people in Hajj, they do jam', they combine Maghrib and Isha, okay? So I finish al-Maghrib. Yes, I finish al-Maghrib. Then I want to pray al-Isha, okay? So I gave the salam, I finish al-Isha, and there is another group praying al-Maghrib. So I went and I joined them. I am praying what? Isha, and they are praying Isha. How many rak'ah? Two. I am traveler. Two. Maghrib, how many rak'ah? Three. So I joined them. Then I found that they are praying Maghrib. And I said, okay, no problem. I will add one rak'ah more. Alhamdulillah, Allah will give me more. No. If he finished the salah, then we think that he is praying the Maghrib. Then, after praying, he joined us at dinner. We told him, go and pray al-Isha. You prayed the Maghrib. He said, no, I prayed al-Isha. But they prayed 3 rak'ah. He said, yes, Alhamdulillah, I add 1 rak'ah. Inshallah, this is bonus for me. He said, no. The whole salah is invalid. The whole salah is invalid. Why? Because intentionally you added 1 rak'ah. So this, and also this is haram. It's not allowed to add in the salah. But because of his ignorance, okay, we say he's not sinful. But he has to repeat the salah. Okay? So adding something intentionally in the salah, okay, what he said of an action that is similar to the actions of the prayer. What is the meaning of this point? It means adding ruku', adding sujood, adding a full rak'ah. Okay, what is the meaning? Something not similar to the actions of salah. They say, for example, moving to the door. Okay, there is hadith, the Prophet ﷺ was praying, and he opened, maybe he walked 2-3 steps. Or the scholars mentioned this is okay, allowed. Or the Prophet ﷺ carried his granddaughter Umama. Umama, she is the daughter of Zainab, the daughter of Rasulullah ﷺ. So she is his granddaughter. So the Prophet ﷺ carried his daughter. Okay, carrying something, carrying a baby. Is it an action of the salah? It is not of the salah. Okay, but they say this is allowed. Why? Because you are standing, then maybe after the sujood, so you carry your daughter when you are standing up after the sujood. Small movement, this is acceptable. طيب. The prayer, yes, okay. وإن ذكر وهو في الركعة الزائدة جلس في الحال. If one remembers while he is performing an additional rak'ah, he must sit down immediately. Now I'm praying al-Maghrib. Okay? Or I'm praying al-Fajr. So after the tahiyyat, I should give salam. Then after I finish the tahiyyat, I continue the salah. I stood up. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Then while reciting Al-Fatiha in the 3rd rak'ah, I remember, this is Fajr. Only 2 rak'ah. What should I do? Sit down. Immediately sit down. Then you give salam and you give sujood. You do sujood sahu.
You do Allahu Akbar and then sit down, or just sit down?
Sit down without saying Allahu Akbar.
Okay.
Because
and when it was the Maghrib Isha thing, you sit down, you wait until they come and finish. If you're doing Isha and you got 2 rak'ah and they're doing Maghrib 3 rak'ah, you wait.
This is another issue. If I open this point, we'll not finish. Okay? Let's talk about sujood. طيب. Then he said, if he makes taslim while having missed a part of the prayer, he must perform that which he left out of it and then prostrate. طيب. I'm praying al-Maghrib. Okay, then I gave taslim after the 2nd rak'ah. Then I remember this is Maghrib, it should be 3 rak'ah. Stand up and continue. You should continue. طيب, and then you do sujood sahu. Then he said, if he does an action that is not similar to the actions of the prayer, then it is all the same whether he did it intentionally or absent-mindedly. Okay. What is the ruling? If that action is not trivial, it invalidates it. And if it is trivial, like the action of the Prophet ﷺ in his carrying of Umama and opening the door for Aisha, then there is no harm. So if the action is not similar to the actions of Salah, okay, you do something very little or too much. If it is little, they said like carrying Umama, like opening the door for Aisha, then this is okay. But if it is too much, then the Salah is not valid. Okay, and opening the door for Aisha, you need to walk. Okay, the scholars mentioned that the door should be toward the Qibla, or your walking should not move your face other than the Qibla. So suppose that I am praying and the door in front of me, so I can walk 2 steps, open the door, then I come back. Or the door on the back, so I can go back 2 steps, but reverse. I should not turn. If I turn, the Salah is not valid. Okay? So you should not change your direction of Qibla.
Is it only 2 steps or can you more than that?
What is something little? He did not mention how many steps. But for example, you are in a room and the room is small, 4 by 4, so you need to walk only 2-3 steps. So this is little.
So a woman cannot go to the kitchen and switch off the stove and come back.
It depends where is the kitchen. You think about the food always, huh? Sorry, if she is in one room and the kitchen in another room, okay, this is considered as people, she will turn, right and left. But in some places, it is connected, the room with the kitchen. Okay, yes, so maybe she needs to walk 2 or 3 steps, switch over, stop the oven, and she come back. It is little. It is kitchen or it is. Why you mention the kitchen?
No, it's like maybe sometimes it can happen.
Why did you not mention a phone? Maybe it is a phone. Why it is food? You are hungry, huh? Yes.
Even this, so this will also imply, suppose you come to a jama'ah and you're late, and for example, whatever, and you are continuing another rak'ah, but you are, since usually the people who are coming late, we are usually blocking somebody's way of exit. So even in this case, we can move 2 steps sideways. This
is okay. Yes. Moving 1-2 steps, this is okay for something, needed something. In the masjid, after the salah, I'm blocking the exit. They will not wait. The problem, people will not wait. Also this is a common mistake. Okay, suppose that I am the last one who's on the right side or the left side, and I'm continuing my salah because I missed 2 rak'ah. Subhanallah, people don't wait. People cross in front of you. They don't respect you. Okay. What is the emergency? Wait. I am doing my salah, and this is considered as a sin. If you walk in front of the other person who is praying, okay. If you want to pass behind the sutra, if there is sutra, or there is space about 1 meter, something like this. But you cross in front of him and he's praying, okay, this is not allowed. This is haram. Wait, the Prophet ﷺ mentioned the hadith, لو كان يعلم المار بين يدي المصلي ماذا عليه من العذاب لكان عليه أن يقف 40. If the person who's passing in front, if he knows how much of sin he will get, he will wait 40. 40 what? Allah A'lam. 40 days, 40 weeks, 40 months, 40 years, we don't know. Okay, but wait, be patient. How long he will take? He will recite Surah Al-Baqarah? Wallahi, يعني, he will not take more than 2 minutes or 3 minutes. He will finish the salah very quickly. So please don't be in a hurry. Wait, give him the chance to complete his salah peacefully. طيب.
Last day when I was praying, the Imam made a mistake in the office, and he forgot to do sujood as-sahwi. So in that case,
Inshallah we'll mention this. طيب.
Another one I wanted to ask is, does it also count as an addition if, for example, during Dhuhr or Asr, the Imam recites aloud instead of silent?
No, this is okay. If I pray Dhuhr and I recite loudly, this is okay. No need for sujood sahwi. طيب. So this is the first one, to add something in the salah. The second, omission, such as forgetting a mandatory action. And the famous example he mentioned, if he stands up before performing the first tashahhud, Dhuhr, Asr, Isha, Maghrib, طيب, if he forgets the first tashahhud, then he should go back and perform it. However, if he remembers after he becomes fully erect, he should not go back. Okay? Again, if he stands up before performing the first tashahhud and remembers before he is fully erect, then he should go back and perform it. However, if he remembers after he becomes fully erect, he should not go back. طيب. I am praying, for example, Asr. After the second rak'ah, I should sit down for tashahhud. Okay? Sorry. Yes, I should sit down for tashahhud. But I did the sujood. After the sujood, I'm standing up. So now I'm missing something wajib. The tashahhud. I should sit down for tashahhud. So now I'm standing up. He said, if you remember while standing, then sit down. If you remember. Yani, I'm doing sujood. Then I say, Allahu Akbar. So I'm not fully standing up. Then I remember, sit down. But if I fully stood up, so I am straight, my back is straight, then continue your salah. Don't go back for the tashahhud. Why? Because I'm fully standing up, as it came in the hadith. So, if you did not stand up fully, then go back for the sitting position, continue your salah without sujood. No need for sujood. Why? Because you did not miss anything. But if you are fully erect, so don't come back for the sujood, for the tashahhud, and it means you have missed something. So we tell you, do sujood sahwi at the end of the salah. Then he said, وَإِن نَسِيَ رُكْنًا, if he forgets a pillar and remembers it before he begins the recital of another next rak'ah, he must go back and perform it, and however is after it. I forgot. Now I'm praying 4 rak'ah. Okay? So, in the second rak'ah, I did 1 sujood only. Allahu Akbar. Subhan Rabbiyal A'la, Subhan Rabbiyal A'la, Subhan Rabbiyal A'la. Allahu Akbar. At-tahiyatu lillahi wa salatu wa tayyibat. So, what did I miss? Huh? I missed 2 things. I missed the sitting between the 2 sujood and the sujood. So I missed 2 pillars. So I did the tashahhud, then I stood up. So just before reciting the Fatiha, I remember that, I missed the sujood. What should I do? He said, if you remember before reciting, it means before reciting the Fatiha, رجع فأتى به. So you should go back to the sitting. I should sit down and say, رب اغفر لي, رب اغفر لي. Then I do the second sujood. وبما بعده. Okay. What did I miss? I missed the sujood and the sitting between the two sujood. Okay. Did I do the tashahud? Yes, I did the tashahud. Okay. So now, I stood up and before reciting the Fatiha, I remember. He said, now immediately sit down. So, خلاص. I sit down, then I say, رب اغفر لي, رب اغفر لي. Then I do the second sujood. Okay, after doing the second sujood, should I recite the tashahud again, or I stand up and I continue the Fatiha? I should do the tashahud. Why? Because of the order. Because of the order. Because if you remember, one of the pillars of the salah, the order. You have to do it in order. The recitation of the Fatiha, then the ruku', then the sujood, then the tashahud. Okay? So now you should repeat the tashahud. Is it clear or confusing? Tamam?
It's clear, but isn't it adding the tashahhud again?
I will not say I am adding. Okay? I am doing it in order. The end up of the salah, yes, it will be more than the normal salah. But because of a mistake, I should do it in order. I should do it in order. Okay? طيب. وإن ذكره بعد ذلك بطلت الركعة. Then he said, if he remembers it after that, after the recital of the next rak'ah, then the rak'ah in which he missed the pillar is invalidated. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Then I remember, I missed sujood. Continue. Malik Yawm al-Din. And you consider the previous rak'ah cancelled, invalid. Why? Because خلاص, already you started a new rak'ah. Already you started a new rak'ah. So you consider this is the second rak'ah, not the third rak'ah. And the second rak'ah that you did is invalid. Why? Because it was incomplete. You missed a pillar. وإن نسي أربع سجدات من أربع ركعات, if he forgets 4 prostrations out of 4 ركعة, فذكر في التشهد, okay, and remembers while he is in the tashahhud, he should prostrate himself immediately. Okay, if you are praying 4 rak'ah, like which salah? Isha. How many sujood? 8. So he said, at the end of the salah, while doing the tashahhud, okay, you remember that you prayed, you did only 4 sujood. Every rak'ah 1 sajda. You should do every rak'ah 2 sajda. He said if you did 1 sajda in every rak'ah. Okay, so what should you do? He said, now you are in tashahhud. You are in the last rak'ah in the tashahhud. He said, you should do the sujood now. You should do the sujood now. Okay?
All 4?
Huh?
All 4?
Every rak'ah he missed 1 sujood.
So there's 4 missing.
Yes.
So he has to do 4 now, or just 1?
فذكر في التشهد سجد في الحال فصحت له ركعة. Thus validating 1 rak'ah. I am praying now al-Isha. The first rak'ah, I did only one sujood. The second, one sujood. The third, the fourth, one sujood. So now I am ending the salah and the tashahhud. During the tashahhud, I remember that I did only one sajda, one sajda, one sajda. So what should I do now? Immediately make sujood. Okay? Yes. So now this is considered as one rak'ah. Yes. So he said, and remembers while he's in the tashahhud, he should prostrate himself immediately, thus validating one rak'ah. And then he must perform 3 rak'ah.
So continue.
Yes.
So everything you've done, even though you've done 4, is ignored and classed as only 1.
Yes.
And then you do 3 more.
Because the first 4 or the first 3 not valid. Now we will validate only the last one, because you did the second sujood, and you stand up and you start the second rak'ah. Yani, why he mentioned the story like that? He wants to tell you it is not enough to do 4 times sujood. Allahu Akbar, Subhan Rabbiyal A'la, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. No, this is not enough. You do only one sujood now, and we consider that you completed the first rak'ah. Then you repeat 3 full rak'at.
And then you do atayato on
The second. Yes.
So you do 1 rak'ah, then you do atayato, and then you do the next 2.
Yes.
So that will be in pairs then.
يعني شوف, what is the point here? The point here, he wants to tell you, order is one of the mandatory things in the salah. So it is not enough to do what you missed only. Okay? You have to repeat. Why? Because the order is compulsory.
Or it will not going to be means only sajda sahu, means salah will not valid if we miss the order, or we do only sajda sahu and salah will not valid, right?
Yes, doing sujood. Yani, some people say, I did something wrong. Okay, I will do sujood. So that's enough. No, that's not enough. Why? Because here in this chapter we are talking about missing one of the pillars. Missing one of the pillars. You missed ruku', you missed sujood, you missed the sitting between the 2 sajda. These are pillars, if you remember, we mentioned them.
But if you're talking about order, and he missed it on the first rak'ah out of the 4, so he missed, so you had 4 in Isha. On the first one, he only did it once. And then the other 3 times, he did it properly. So on the 4th one, when before he finishes, he does the sajda for forgiveness. Does that, because he did it in the first rak'ah, does that invalidate the other 3? Because the order was...
Okay, do you mean, no. Do you mean that in the first rak'ah he did 1 sujood?
Yes.
The second, the third, the fourth,
He did 2.
properly?
Yeah.
Okay? He remember at the end, we tell him, add 1 rak'ah. Why? Because the first one is cancelled.
Okay.
But the second, the third, the fourth are okay.
Yeah.
But the second will consider as first, the third consider as second, the fourth consider as third, and now you add the fourth one.
So you add 1 rak'ah,
Yes.
and then you do your forgiveness. You do your sajda.
Sujood as-sahu, yes.
For the previous step you mentioned when you miss 1 sujood.
Sorry?
The previous point which you mentioned, that you miss 2 things, the sujood and the sitting between the sujood. So if you were about to stand and you remember before the Fatiha and you sit down, so in which case you have to do this, the sajda sujood?
We need to do sujood sahu.
In both cases?
Yes.
But even if you were standing up and you remember and you sit down, still you have to do the sajda sujood?
Yes, we need.
In both cases?
Yes. For both cases we need. Why? Because you missed something.
Okay. But your means you can still do the sujood. You will sit and do the sujood.
what is the difference? For both cases, we need to do sujood sahu. But what is the difference? The first case that I remember before reciting Fatiha, so I will tell you, sit down now. But the second case that I started reciting the Fatiha, so cancel the previous rak'ah. But for both cases, we need sujood sahu. Why? Because we did a mistake. We forgot something. This is not like if you, before standing completely for the tashahhud. Why? Because if you sit down, no need for sujood sahu. Why? Because the salah is okay. Okay? Stop here now. Of course, the sisters have questions.
I haven't heard anything yet.
Okay? Usually, subhanallah, sorry, the scholars say many questions, or it is relatively difficult, the chapter of sujood al-sahu. This chapter, al-hajj, business transaction, okay? These chapters, people have a lot of questions. Yes?
Instead of
Sheikh, there are some sujood sahu you do before taslim.
Talk later, inshallah, about this. Yes.
instead of saying Sami Allahu liman hamida, somebody says Allahu Akbar. It is what we have to do.
Well, we have the general rule. I forgot to say Sami Allahu liman hamida, then I said Allahu Akbar. Okay? So as a general rule, the Prophet ﷺ said, لِكُلِّ سَهْوٍ سِجْدَتَانِ. For any forgetfulness, there is 2 sujood.
I'm not sure if you mentioned that thing or not. Intentionally adding something will cancel your prayer. Okay?
Yes, we mentioned. Yes.
But unintentionally adding a ruku sujood.
Yes, we are talking about this. Now we are talking about the rules. By mistake, we are talking now about if you add something by mistake. These rules for the person who forgets.
Okay, so we are still on the first point, add something.
No, we are talking now about the omission.
Omission?
Yes.
Yes, so,
We finished the addition and now the omission.
yes, so adding, I'm saying, if we unintentionally add something, then we have to do the separate sujood.
You know, if we add something and then we do the sajda as-sahu after the salam, are we saying assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, then do it, then assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, or are we saying give the salam and then do sajda as-sahu after you've completed the taslim completely?
Sorry, again?
So when you're doing the sajda as-sahu afterwards,
Huh?
are we saying salah khalas and then you're doing sajda as-sahu?
Huh?
Are we saying in between the two salams?
This is strange. In between the 2 salam?
Because someone once said to me that once you've completed the taslim, your salah is finished. So how can you then do the sajda as-sahu?
From where he is bringing this? Ask him. No, this is very strange. Very strange.
Yeah, I think it's the same question we asked and you said.
No, not the same question. No, not the same question. Okay. To mention this point, because I repeated this point many times. Okay, when to make sujood sahu, before the salam or after the salam. Okay, some scholars say mainly you do sujood sahu after the salam. Only in 2 points you do before salam. Number 1, if you forget the first tashahhud, then at the end of the salah you do sujood sahu before salam. Number 2, if you have doubt, then you do the sujood sahu before the salam. Okay? Talk about this later, inshallah. خلاص سكر.